Well, hello, and thanks for being here. Glad to be with you at Fantastic Fluency English Tips and more. Yes, here today, the word we have on our list is another WH word. We're talking about the little word why. This word is used in specific questions, of course, so we'll talk about that first before we talk about its other usages. For example, you may want to ask someone a specific question. Why do you go to school? And of course you'd say there, because I want to learn. Or because I have to. Depends. Are you going to school because you like to go? Or why do you go to school? Well, you can answer that question in the comments below if you like. And then another question would be, why did you do that? Have you ever heard that? Why did you do that? Maybe that's quite a few years ago. But someone might ask you very seriously and with all intent of knowing why you did it. Why did you do that? There we would most generally use the word because I wanted to. Or because I needed to know. You could have any variety of answers, of course, depending on the situation. But why did you do that requires a very specific information answer. Answer with clear information as to why. So usually we would say because we're giving the reason. And then there's another one here. This is kind of a funny question, but why is it dark now? Well, of course you would say, because the sun went down. Or because the lights are out. So you're giving information as to the reason for it being that way. So we would use the word because in front of whatever information you're giving. But that why, those three whys are very specific question and asking whys. Now let's go to another situation where why does not necessarily mean you're asking for the reason why something is happening, but you're giving more of a suggestion as to wanting to do something. For example, you might say this, why don't you come over for a cup of coffee? Yes. Why don't you come over for a cup of coffee? I have a special brew. I have the Asahi blend brew at my house. I make it myself, so it's special. Why don't you come over for a cup? I'm sure you'd enjoy it. So there, you're not asking why a person does not do something, but you're actually suggesting, why don't you? Why don't you? Listening? So why don't you come over for a cup of coffee? I have a really nice blend. Or in the same sense, a little bit different, but similarly you might say, why yes I do. For example, maybe someone asks you if you like a particular flavor of ice cream. For example, the question would be, do you like chocolate ice cream? You might say, why yes I do. It's kind of like saying, well, of course I do. Why ask me? A little bit like that. Not so emphatic, but similar. Would you like to go to a movie? Why, yes, I would. You see, you're saying, well, yes, of course I would. It's a little bit that kind of inference. So you can use that in your conversation with someone when they ask you if you'd like to do something. And it gives real gumph. It gives real confirmation that, yes, you would like to, or you think that it's a great idea. So these are the few examples of how to use the word why. Now don't get mixed up with a true question and a suggestion. Remember those. Okay, thanks a lot for being here, and it was really nice sharing this with you. Well, if you want to know more on the WH questions, the last video was about those. You can look at the playlist, look at it on the playlist, and there are other good videos there too. Phonics, preposition connections, phrase connections for fluency. A lot of good videos on the playlist, so please do look at it and find the one that you can learn most from. And I suggest looking at the one that's called My Favorite Expressions. I think you'll like it. Well, it's been good being here. Bye for now. And do take care. See you next time.